Hey again, besties, and welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, welcome. I gotta be honest with you guys, I had such a hard time putting together this week's videos, and it's not because I couldn't find any good mods to showcase. Quite the opposite, actually. It's Modfest, besties, so that means there are a ton of incredible new mods that just flooded Nexus all at once to celebrate Stardew Valley's 10-year anniversary. I had a genuinely hard time narrowing this week's mod list down to just these ones. Today, I'm showing off 10 newly released and trending mods that I am personally enjoying right now on my main save. These are the ones that made me excited to load up Stardew Valley recently, and most of these have earned a permanent spot in my ever-growing mod folder. If you want to stay on top of the latest Stardew mods from fantastic creators and weekly modded adventures from me, then please do me a huge favor and be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't yet. It really helps to push out these videos and supports me more than you know. I upload videos every Thursday and Saturday. Now without further ado, let's dive into the mods. I totally love the first pick for so many reasons. For those of us who genuinely enjoy adding new neighbors to Pelican Town and building a richer community, Two for Joy, NPC Miriam by Handwritten Hello is such a gem. But what makes Miriam so special and why she immediately earned a spot in my main saves folder is that she isn't your typical friendly, eager-to-please newcomer. She's an elderly farmer with a tragic past, and when I tell you she's pretty icy initially, that's probably even an understatement. It's refreshing, honestly, because it shows that not every NPC needs to be super friendly right away to be worthy of adding to your game. Following that frosty demeanor and earning her trust feels like a real accomplishment for me so far, though. Miriam lives in Thornbush Farm, a brand new location that can be accessed west of the railroad and north of the backwoods. Her home is absolutely gorgeous and unique compared to other NPCs' homes in town. To get to know her, you'll navigate 6 heart events that delicately unfold her story of grief. The mod handles this heavy theme with such care, showing how through interactions, both negative and positive, she and the farmer slowly learn to move on while still honoring lost loved ones. There are over 200 lines of dialogue, 1 new crop to discover, and her dynamic schedule which feels wonderfully grounded. You can find Miriam tending to her crops, fishing at the mountain lake, visiting the graveyard on Thursdays, and quietly knitting in her home. She's a fully realized, deeply human addition to the valley, and I can't recommend her enough for anyone wanting a more mature, emotional, and rewarding friendship story. Yet another bird mod? Absolutely, besties. If you're like me and simply adore any mod that adds dynamic animals and little bursts of life to your game, then you are going to be completely smitten by Bird Feeders by Sable17. I already have M's tree seed birds happily living in my mod folder, managing my forest of a farm, and rewarding me with little treasures here and there. But I am always thrilled to find another mod that focuses on our feathered friends. This one is a delightful addition that lets you attract even more cute birds to your property in a wonderfully interactive way. The mod adds a whopping 18 different variations of bird feeders to the game, most of which have lovely seasonal changes to keep things fresh. You can find them mainly at Robin's shop, with some unusual-ish ones available at JojaMart, for those who swing that way. I also found one at Marnie's too, so you can probably find 1 or 2 at a lot of different shops in the valley. The fun part is that Robin's stock actually rotates with the seasons, so it's worth checking back regularly to collect them all. Once you've placed a feeder on your farm, you simply add the bird feed. There are 5 types of feed to choose from, like ordinary mixed seeds or mixed flower seeds, and a crafted premium blend, and each type influences the kinds of gifts the birds will leave for you. After a couple of days, assuming it isn't raining or snowing, birds are sensible and don't like bad weather after all. They'll have eaten all the feed and even left you a little present. The most common gifts are feathers, which come in 9 different colors with varying rarity and value. They count as animal products, so if you have the rancher profession, their value gets a nice boost. And the really beautiful ones can be crafted into a decorative dream catcher, with the recipe sold at Robin's. The mod is also highly configurable. You can adjust how many birds can visit a feeder and the total on your farm. Plus, the creator highly recommends pairing it with M's Wild Critters for the absolute cutest bird retextures. It's the perfect companion mod for anyone who wants their farm to feel like a vibrant, chirping sanctuary. This next pick is for those of us farmers who love mods that add unique recipes and artisan machines. Popcornmania by Damal de Falco is such a delight, and it has quickly become one of my favorite cozy additions to the game. The whole mod is built around the simple joy of popcorn, and it delivers that experience with so much charm and creativity. From the moment I first added it to my game, I was hooked, especially by the adorable popcorn machine itself, which makes these fun little popping noises while it's in use. It's those tiny sound effects that make the game feel so much more alive. This delicious adventure begins in a really sweet way. Once you reach year 2 and have farming level 6, you'll get a letter inviting you to Demetrius's lab inside the carpenter's shop. He tells you he found some iridescent corn seeds on your farm, and being Demetrius, decided to tweak them a bit. He gives you 5 seeds to get started, and the next day, you receive the blueprints for the popcorn machine along with a thank you note. It's such a warm, story-driven introduction. This iridescent corn itself is special. It grows in spring, summer, and fall, taking 13 days to mature, and then regrowing every 3 days after. And here's the key. These seeds are not sold anywhere in the game. If you want more of them, you'll have to throw a fully grown crop into the seed maker. So be strategic about how many ears of corn you munch on. Once you have your corn, you can craft your own popcorn machine. Then, you're finally ready to start popping. And can we talk about the flavors? There are 15 different popcorn recipes to discover, ranging from classic buttered to some truly wild and mouth-watering combinations. To make them, you first need to craft various sauces and toppings, with the recipes available at Stardrop Saloon after you've gotten your seeds and machine. A super important note: to get the full experience and actually make those tasty sauces, you'll need the Cornucopia More Crops mod and Cornucopia Artisan Machines mod installed, as their ingredients are key. Also, if you use the Love of Cooking mod, make sure your frying pan is upgraded to gold level, or you won't be able to cook the multi-ingredient recipes. The mod is also wonderfully flexible. The creator removed planting restrictions to ensure compatibility with modded farms and greenhouses, so you can plant that iridescent corn wherever there's tillable soil. It's a fantastic, flavorful, and fun addition that turns a simple snack into a whole new artisanal adventure on your farm. So if you like the Mystery Box Crusher mod I reviewed a while back ago, then you might like this next mod. The OmniCrusher by Mr. Durham 6890 is one of those beautifully simple quality of life mods that once you have it, you just can't play without it. Here's how the mod works. After you make your 80th donation to the museum, Gunther sends you a letter along with a very special gift, the OmniCrusher. The OmniCrusher is the ultimate upgraded version of the Geode Crusher that accepts every single crackable item in the game. We're talking regular geodes, Omni Geodes, golden coconuts, artifact troves, mystery boxes, and golden mystery boxes too. One machine, and everything goes in. No more running back and forth between different processors or hoarding items because you're out of space. The recipe to make it also feels so well earned. Making it does take a significant investment of materials, but for an in-game convenience item, it strikes the perfect balance of feeling like a true reward. Processing time is a standard 60 minutes, and the mod even handles the golden coconut perfectly. It's a smart and seamless addition that consolidates your cracking operations into one tidy, efficient workstation. You all know how deeply I love the Nature in the Valley mod and anything that makes the world feel more alive and vibrant. So when I saw that the mod author Purple had created a redux of their beloved SH's Wild Animals mod using the Nature in the Valley framework, it became an immediate must-download addition to my game. I used the original SH's Wild Animals mod for ages and always adored how it made the valley feel so much more lived in, with the little critters scurrying about as you're going about your day. But this new version, SH's Wild Animals in the Valley, takes that concept and elevates it to something truly special. This version of the mod not only adds ambient wild animals across the valley that change with the time, season, and weather, but now, thanks to the Nature in the Valley framework, these animals are more than just background decorations. They're finally catchable. You can catch these wild critters to complete collections, gain vanilla resources, sell them for profit, or even keep certain types of terrariums right inside your very own home. It adds this whole new layer of gameplay that feels like a natural extension of the world, and a fair warning from the creator. Some animals aren't too fond of you and might bite, so proceed with caution if you're low on health out there. This version of the mod starts with only the common valley critters from the original mod, like squirrels, frogs, rats, crabs, seagulls, and some other forest animals, all roaming around you and the townsfolk. The types of animals that appear shift with the time of day, season, and weather, with some being rarer than others. It's a living collection challenge. Because it uses the Nature in the Valley framework, the animals should load appropriately even on heavily modded maps, and can even automatically appear in newly added expansion areas. You can even run both the original version and this new one together if you're purely in it for maximum ambient variety. It's the ultimate mod for anyone, like me, who wants their valley to feel like a true breathing ecosystem. Elle's Cuter Foliage by Mods is a gorgeous ongoing labor of love that they released to celebrate Stardew Valley's 10th anniversary, and it's clear why this mod is a hit within the community already. If you already have Elle's Cuter Grass installed, you know exactly the kind of charming, soft aesthetic that Elle brings into the game, and this Foliage mod continues that tradition beautifully. Together, they transform your farm and the entire valley into a cohesive storybook landscape that feels ripped straight from an anime opening. Right now, the mod is a work in progress, but what's already included is so gorgeous. It overhauls the maple, oak, and pine trees for all seasons, including their mossy variants from the Green Rain event. The mushroom trees have been given a wonderful makeover as well, and now even change color seasonally, which adds such a magical touch to the game. You'll also find updated mahogany trees, most of the bushes around town, and some of the ambient flowers and plants that dot the landscape. Everything has that signature, cuter look, softer, rounder, and more whimsical, while still feeling perfectly at home in the valley. Elle has a fantastic roadmap of plant features too, including fruit trees, mystic trees, decorative trees, special Green Rain variants, and leafless winter tree options. They also plan to add config options and compatibility with map recolor mods down the line. For now, it's an incredibly promising start that pairs seamlessly with their Cuter Grass mod, making your entire world feel cohesive, polished, and undeniably adorable. I'm enjoying this mod with the Cuter Grass one in my anime-inspired save, and I'm super pleased with the end results. If you're building a save with a specific aesthetic vision, or just want to make your surroundings look cuter, then this mod is an essential piece of the puzzle. This next one was such a bittersweet discovery for me because I absolutely love what I saw, but sadly it didn't last in my mod folder for one specific reason only, and I have to admit, I am a bit crushed. Let's talk about Vaels Familiars, an NPC shop expansion by Cody's Oasis, a truly unique and creative mod that adds a mysterious new spirit guide to the valley. Vael is a spectral shopkeeper who appears in a new, ethereal location, offering a completely different kind of shopping experience. The main draw is the familiar system. Vael sells magical companions that can follow you around, each with its own personality and even the ability to evolve as you bond with them. Vael has their own schedule, heart events, and a backstory that unfolds as you befriend them. Now here's the part that breaks my heart a little. I installed this mod temporarily and was genuinely enchanted by everything it had to offer. The familiars are adorable, the shop is gorgeous, and Vael is a fascinating new character. But unfortunately, I discovered that it conflicts with Once Upon a Florine, an NPC that, as some of you know, I simply cannot play my game without. Florine is essential to my valley, and the two mods just didn't play nicely together, unfortunately. I genuinely hope that someday compatibility might be possible, because the idea of having both Florine's whimsy and Vael's mystical familiars coexisting in the same save would be an absolute dream. I think I'll likely add it to one of my alternate saves for now. I had to make the difficult choice to remove it from my main save, but I wanted to shine a light on it because it deserves attention, and I hope other farmers without that specific conflict can enjoy it fully. Now let's talk about a gorgeous and absolutely whimsical new mod known as Mixed Bouquet, Screen and Pavilion by Maple Syrup MS. I think this might be one of the most charming furniture sets I've come across in a while, and I've already found creative ways to use these new pieces. The mod adds over 120 pieces of furniture to the game, all designed around the delicate, romantic aesthetic of mixed bouquets and pieced together wooden planks. The furniture has this wonderful handcrafted feel, like you've collected flowers and wood from around the valley and lovingly assembled them into wooden arches and fences. To get all these goodies, you'll need to make sure you have both Content Patcher installed and the Mixed Bouquet catalog installed. The mod won't work without these in your folder. Once you've done that, simply head to Robin's and purchase the Mixed Bouquet catalog from her shop. I've already started using several pieces inside my new solarium space, and they fit in so well. The soft flower and natural wood look blend perfectly with the greenhouse aesthetic, and they feel so cozy. If you love decorating and want furniture that feels both rustic and gorgeous, then this set is an absolute dream come true. It's time to finally give your Ginger Island buildings some tropical flair. Ginger Island Farm Buildings by Yeti Skies 2020 is the perfect way to make your island getaway feel even more like a true paradise retreat. This mod uses the Alternative Textures framework to give all your Ginger Island Farm buildings, your barn, coop, shed, and slime hutch, a gorgeous cohesive makeover with that perfect tropical island aesthetic. Think warm wood tones, thatched roof details, and lush leafy accents that blend seamlessly with the island's natural beauty. Because it uses alternative textures, you can easily cycle through the different design options using the painting tools, mixing and matching until you find the exact look that makes your island feel like home. And of course, everything is beautifully seasonal, so your buildings will subtly shift with the island's unique, sun-drenched vibe all year round. This mod's textures match my reskinned Ginger Island home almost perfectly. It almost makes me want to add additional buildings aside from just the shed that I have on my island farm, just so I can have all the pretty buildings to look at every time I visit. It really is such a small touch that makes a huge difference in making your island getaway that much more immersive. I saved this mod for last because I am genuinely so excited about it, and I think it deserves that extra spotlight. You all know how much I love mods that add extra cheeses.
Can I have some cheese?
My main save is absolutely brimming with artisan goods and machines, and I especially adore the ones that introduce their own unique systems. Cheesemonger, Cheese Making Expanded by Chocolate12, is exactly that kind of mod, and it has completely transformed how I think about cheese production in Stardew Valley. Cheesemonger introduces a wonderfully involved process that makes you feel like a true artisan fromager. Here's how it works. First, you need to ship at least 20 regular cheese and 20 goat cheese to unlock the initial recipes. Once you do, you'll receive a letter with blueprints for the new machines. The process starts with collecting rennet, which can now be produced from your cows and goats. You combine their milk and rennet in the new cheese curdler to make cheese curds. But that's just the beginning. To make the actual artisan cheeses, you need to combine these curds with bacteria in the cheese press. And the bacteria system, that's the real showstopper of this mod. Bacteria strains can be collected from your regular cheese making process, and you can then grow more of it by placing it in the new fermenter. Different types of bacteria produce completely different cheeses. The mod adds 9 unique cheeses in total, each with their own unique properties. And because Chocolate thought of everything, if you have flexible cooking installed, these cheeses can be used in any cooking recipe that calls for cheese. Plus, villagers have unique gift tastes and even special dialogue for some of the fancy new fromages. It's a deep, rewarding, and incredibly satisfying system that adds so much character to an already beloved artisan profession. And that wraps up our 10 brand new Stardew Valley mods that I've been absolutely loving in my main save. From befriending the new NPC Miriam to crafting artisan cheeses with a whole new bacterial system, this batch truly had a little bit of everything. I hope you found at least 1 or 2 new gems to add to your own collection, and that they bring you as much joy to your valley as they've brought to mine. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into the latest mods, please do me a huge favor and hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't yet. It really helps more farmers discover these videos and supports the channel more than you know. I do weekly mod showcases and modded Stardew playthroughs every week, so if that's the type of content you enjoy, then you'll want to stick around. I'd love to hear which of these 10 mods you're most excited to try first. I read every single one of your comments and really look forward to talking mods with you guys below. Happy 10-year anniversary, you guys! Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay cozy and keep those mods updated, my friends. And as always, happy farming!